Alright, in this video we're going to go through the kettlebell windmill or the windmill. If you don't have any weights, we can still have an effective exercise be executed. I learned this from Dr. Jordan Shallow, the muscle doc. I will put his link and channel in the description, and let's get into it. Alright, so to set up for this exercise, you're going to stand about shoulder width or slightly wider than shoulder width with your feet, and your toes are going to be pointing out. Your top hand's going to be locked out and straight, and your pinky's going to be facing towards the front of you. As you're projecting down the side, or you're starting to get into the exercise, your hand's going to twist so that your pinky faces backwards. This is going to allow our shoulder to externally rotate, giving us the greatest amount of motion possible. When you're first learning this, you can do it as I'm doing and just going down your side to get used to the motion, as your obliques might not be strong enough yet, or you might not have the flexibility. As you progress, you'll end up going into the hand to ground motion. And what I want you to think about in this one is that both middle fingers will be kind of lined up in a straight line where we're at the bottom here. And I also want you to think about projecting yourself up out of the exercise by using the arm that's holding the weight. So it's like you're pushing your hand towards the ceiling, so our shoulder's doing the work. We're not just standing back up. In this variation, you'll see that my right leg's bending while my left arm is holding the weight. My right knee is going to follow the direction of my toe. It's just going to allow me to get into the position a bit easier if I lack flexibility. Goals would be doing this with straight legs. And you'll see that I'm touching more or less in the middle between both of my feet. Again, creating a pretty much straight line between my fingertips. When you get a little bit better at this, you will be able to do a straight-legged version, like so. And thinking about pushing your hips backwards does help on this one. So just to recap, what I really want you to think about on this one is where your hand orientation is. So just think about pinkies at the top are facing forward, and then when we're going into it, our pinky is going to face the back of the room. Locked out arm, and projecting the arm with the kettlebell to kind of bring ourselves up. It's like a crane or a string pulling you up into the air. Don't forget to breathe as well, where we're inhaling on the way down and exhaling on the way up. Here's a variation with a dumbbell if you don't have a kettlebell. I find that the dumbbell is a little bit easier as it's a relatively stable piece of equipment that doesn't have any sort of counterweight like a kettlebell, which makes it more unstable. Or you can basically just grab anything. Again, think of the orientation of your hand. That's going to affect our shoulder, which is going to execute the exercise properly. So find a variation that works for you. You could use this as an exercise or as a warm-up to any of our big power lifts or big three motions, bench press, deadlift, or squat. It helps with shoulder stability as well as some mobility, and it just feels fantastic. Have fun. Thank you guys for watching this video till the end. If you found this helpful for either yourself or someone that you know, please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to be notified when I post new videos, definitely consider subscribing. Remember that practice makes progress.